All right, everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of For the City. Today is going to be a heavy Browns-centric show because my team was off, so we didn't lose. So that's a W in my book. But we need to talk about the absolute shellacking, the absolute drubbing that the Cleveland Browns received at the hands of the New England Patriots that don't even have Tom Brady at quarterback anymore. So, Chef Boy, explain to me, please explain to me in your own words, what the hell happened this weekend with the Cleveland Browns?
My own words. Oh man, I could use so many words to describe what happened. I mean, the reality is they just got out coached, man. They got out coached, they got out schemed, they got outplayed, man. I mean, they let a team with very little talent. I mean, they got some talent, but not a star-studded team. Nothing too crazy. Just do whatever they want. It was more on the defense. I was more disappointed about our defense than anything. Like I said, Belichick, he's the GOAT. He comes up with schemes to stop everybody. Cleveland hasn't won there in over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's no surprise to me that, I mean, it was a surprise how it ended. You know, I thought maybe we probably take an L just because, Belichick just, I don't know, he just seems to have our number most of the time. And it just seemed like I thought the defense was going to be okay. Our offense, I was worried about what happened. I thought he was going to scheme up something, take away what we want to do. But we beat ourselves. I think we got down a couple scores. And Stefanski, for all the love and credit he's gotten over his first year, I mean, he just don't make in-game adjustments, man. It seems like we got down and we stopped running the ball. The first drive, man, was perfect. It was beautiful. Came down the field. Johnson ran for, 60-something yards, I think, in that one drive. And it was beautiful. We came down, scored. Baker made a great throw. And then after that, it was like done. It was like, okay, we can't run the ball no more. We're down 2 scores. And when we do run, it's not the time to run. And when we should be passing, we're running. It was bad, man. It was bad on all. There was no phase that was good. Everything about the game was pathetic.
But I can't put the entire loss on the offense. The offense ain't give up 45 points, bro. It was a D that gave up 45 points. The offense didn't give up 45. Offense was only able to muster 7 points. But regardless, your defense gave up 45 points to a rookie quarterback, flat out. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Your defense failed. And that goes squarely on Stefanski and your defensive coordinator for not making any adjustments in the game. As soon as you seen the score starting to get lopsided, you took away the run, which to me was silly. You know what I mean? Because you saw what Johnson can do. You saw what he can do against Denver. You saw what he was doing in the first drive of the game. Why go away from that? Why go away from that? Like you essentially you cut your nose off to spite your face, man. They didn't do or show anything, and then Baker's hurt, and I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I don't know why they listen. I don't know why they keep playing this kid. I understand he's gotten through. His injury can't get any worse, bro. He had to get taken out of the game for getting hit, bro. He's not healthy, bro. He's not healthy. No. Despite him having a great game against Cincinnati the week before, bro, he's schizo this season, man. He can't. There's no balance with Baker now. It's like he has one great game, then the next game he poops the bed like he did this game, and then watch him bounce back next week when he plays, and they go. And the crazy part is about this game is even with this loss, bro, they're still one game out from first place, bro.
Yeah,
because everybody lost. Well, technically, Pittsburgh tied, but still, one game out is one game out. So they're still in it. They're still in it. They're not, they're not out of the division race yet. But still, I mean, you can't go into New England and think you're gonna, out coach Belichick. You understand where I'm coming from?
Well, the thing, like I said, Belichick isn't known for having these elaborate offense. Even before the game started, one of the pregame shows, they kind of outlined the fact that Jones has thrown to his running back more than anybody else in the NFL and more than Brady did when his first rookie year. So you come into the game already having to know. I mean, Joe Woods had to know, okay, Mac is going to throw screens, check down, a lot of flare passes. Everything was quick. Nothing he did He threw one deep pass. And then, remember we were talking about Denzel Ward, Mr. Money Denzel Ward, pay this dude. Yeah, right. Okay, like I said, this dude, there's nobody on that team. They have no receivers that are superstars. And these dudes was out here making our corners look like trash. And especially Denzel Ward. Couldn't tackle, couldn't cover nobody. And I mean, and like I said, it saddens me that, that nobody expected that. Everybody thought this game was going to be a lower scoring game, that it was going to be more of a defense run game. But I mean, when you know what a quarterback's been doing all season, what he's good at, and then you let him do that, and you have 3 drives of over 90 yards in a game, 3 drives that he had one that was 99 yards. You know what I'm saying? A rookie quarterback went 99 yards on your defense. That is pathetic. Like, I was defending Joe Woods for the longest, man. But at this point, I don't know, man. He might have to go. I don't like the whole fire coaches stuff, especially after 1 year or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that was pathetic, man. There was no other way to describe that.
So all the pundits now, if you've been paying attention, which I know you have, because you watch all the shows as well too, anointing Mac Jones as the next Tom Brady in New England. I'm telling everybody, pump the brakes, bro. Like, he's a rookie and he's playing under Belichick's system. Like, he's a rookie, so Belichick.
Well, it's Josh McDaniels' system. That's the thing.
Right, but
Josh
I'm saying,
McDaniels has been there.
Right, but he's molding. But what I'm saying is he's molding that system around the quarterback's strengths. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So essentially, they're building a system the same way they built it around Brady. The same way they built it around Brady. The same way when Brady went down with the ACL, Matt Castle came in and won 11 games for you. You understand where I'm coming from? The only difference was last year, and part of this year is that they had the wrong quarterback in place. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cam Newton was not the type of quarterback that belonged to playing New England, period.
No, he wants to show time.
It's not the type of football that New England plays. And that's what you see what Cam did when he came back with the Panthers. It's all about flash and dash. That's not New England. New England is hard-nosed, pounded out football. But like I said, people need to pump the brakes on Mac Jones. It's still early. Yeah. Let's chill out a little bit. He had a good game, but they're a mediocre team too. Everybody thinks that they're gonna run away with the AFC East. And I'm like, bro, the Bills are still there. Let's chill out. You know what I mean?
Right.
That dominance is not there.
It just goes back to what we said last week about parity in NFL. Like, I mean, there were so many games. I mean, Arizona lost to Carolina. Nobody expected that.
You don't have a quarterback though, bro. The quarterback, Kyle Murphy's out.
Yeah. I mean, and then you got like the Monday night game. San Francisco going ahead and whooping on the Rams.
Bro. Wow, they already got memes, bro. Like, bro,
I know.
Bro, the internet is undefeated, bro. It is crazy. Like, they had a meme of Odell standing next to Stafford, staring on him like, like, what's up? Like, and then they had
welcome to the Odell show,
right? And then they had one where Stafford morphed from Stafford into Baker. And the guy having the glasses to, fix his eyes. Internet's undefeated. It was not playing, man. They didn't wait. He only got targeted 3 times in that game, though. It's not like he got targeted a lot. I mean, he still learned the offense.
One was a pick,
right?
With a forced throw that Baker would have made to Odell, thinking he's going to go up and get it for him, man. But it is what it is, man. But like I said, just as far as the Browns go, I mean, we're still in it, like you said. We're not out of it, and that's what frustrates me the most, man. Like, I gotta hear all this stuff about, it's like I made, I don't know if some people know about the post I did on Facebook and everything. It's like, okay, y'all want to get rid of Baker in the middle of the season. Now, mind you, maybe he needs to sit down, maybe he's hurt, and we put Keenum in, but the season's not over, man. We can still make the playoffs. So if it is better for Baker to be benched and rest and get his head right, whatever it needs to be, yeah, he hasn't played well. He's been on and off, you know what I'm saying? But that is by far not our worst problem. Like, our defense that 1 week is a number 5 ranked defense in the NFL. Now they looking like they number 32. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
But here's my thing. Everybody thinks that Case Keenum and Mayfield are the same quarterback. They're not. Case Keenum can't throw the ball more than 20 yards down the field.
No.
Like, what the hell are these people thinking? Baker's throwing 60-yard bombs downfield. Case Keenum is not going to get the ball past 20. So for them to say And this is the narrative that I'm hearing a lot. Oh, well, they're basically the same quarterback. What the hell are you talking about? It's not even close, because he did well 1 year under Stefanski's system in Minnesota. You really think that's going to translate here? Nah, bro. That's not how that works. They're not the same player. Baker can make plays. Case Keenum you can say Case Keenum is a system quarterback, because that's exactly what he is. He wouldn't have made that 60-yard bomb throw again in the Cincinnati game. What? That wouldn't have happened, man. So these people, the pundits, these guys at ESPN and Fox, they need to slow their roll. And this is one of the things that aggravate me. These people talk just to talk. They talk to stir up controversy because it sells. That's what they do. That's what they get paid for. But if you can't compare, that's not apples to apples, man. It's just they're not the same player. Baker's younger. You understand where I'm coming from? He's more athletic. He has a bigger arm. He can generate plays. People are like, Baker's hurt. Like, what? I don't understand what the logic is and what people are thinking. He is hurt. He's been playing hurt. His labrum is completely tore. I don't care if the injury can't get worse or not. The man's in pain. I promise you, the man's in pain every day.
No, and it's like I said, all that stuff keeps getting overlooked, and that's why I said it a couple weeks ago, where I got tired of having this Baker argument, because for every stat that you throw at somebody, I mean, like I said, it wasn't even like he played bad up until that point. He had a perfect drive the first way going down. Next drive, he threw that pick again. A bad throw. It happens. I knew that was going to happen in New England. I figured that was going to happen. I would have bet my house that he threw at least one pick, because it's just the way. That's what New England's defense does. That's what Belichick does, man. He schemes things and he makes you see things you don't think you see, and he read the defense wrong. But then the next drive, they come out 5 wide, trying to throw the ball down the field, and I'm looking like, okay, here we go again. Like, forget about this rhythm stuff. You just pounded the ball down their throat, run the ball. Next series, what do? Come out 5 wide again. Now, mind you, they only had the ball once in the first quarter. They did a 9-minute and 40 second. New England had a 9-minute and 40-second drive for 99 yards. That ate up the entire quarter. Like, they only had the ball, and then the next quarter they only had it for 2 more possessions, and then they lost. Then the one where the time ran out. So he really didn't even have the ball. Then the third quarter they come out, they're looking good, driving down the field, and then it stalls out because of some drop passes and some bad plays. And again, after it just snowballed, like I said, once they got up 21, then they got up 24, and it just seemed like, okay, now Stefanski's like, we're behind. We can't just run the ball no more, man. We no screens, no slants, no outlet, just simple stuff. Make the game easy. Get these plays that just get some momentum going, and they just wouldn't do it. It's just like, I hate it. We can't win from behind. We can't play from behind. That's just the team that we have right now.
Let me ask you a question, and give me an honest answer. Do you think Stefanski is stalling Baker's development right now?
No, and the only reason I say no is because he has a history of this. He has a track record of this. Like, they put up a stat showing you when Stefanski took over in Minnesota, star receivers in the passing game dropped like 30-40%. That's not his system. Is tight ends run the ball. Tight ends run the ball. But he's a more control the ball, more conservative type of a coach. And that's just the way his play calling. I guarantee you put any quarterback in his system, any quarterback, their production is going to drop like crazy. Everybody's like, get Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Guarantee you it will.
I have to disagree with you on that, because the reason I have to disagree with you on that is because if you have a special quarterback, you have somebody like Aaron Rodgers, or you have somebody like Tom Brady, or somebody like Russell Wilson. I don't care what Stefanski's. They're gonna make that system around that particular quarterback. They're not gonna run the system. Stefanski's not gonna run his system. Stefanski's gonna have to adjust, just like Bruce Arians had to adjust to Tom Brady. You understand where I'm coming from?
He will, but will he? That's the thing. Will he? Because he hasn't shown, like, right now.
But he has no choice. Like he has no choice.
Like I said, when Baker was in Oklahoma, the dude ran a spread offense, was throwing the ball like crazy. They weren't known for running the ball or anything like that. Then somehow he gets into the NFL, and everybody's like, well, you know what? He's good out of the pocket. He should do some rollout passes. And then they basically made him to fit into this character where he's just a play action, got to get out the pocket court. That's not what he did. He ran a 5 wide, stand back in the middle of the pocket and gun down the whole field. Like, that's the way Baker played. So you telling me, like, if I bring a quarterback in, I mean, he's got the tools. He's got an arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, his accuracy hasn't been as great as it was when he first came in the league. But I just feel like no matter what, I don't know, man, his play calling just frustrates me, man. We can play from ahead, But when we get behind, I don't know, man. Everything goes out the window, and Stefanski just overthinks things.
But
man.
my thing is, why is Stefanski calling plays? Why is
Right,
he calling plays?
right.
That you're a head coach. Head coach. Give your offense to somebody that knows how to run the offense. Why are you calling plays?
Yeah.
99% of the time, when you have a head coach that calls the offense, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. Do your job, man. Coach your team. Let the offense handle the offense. Stop trying to be coach and offensive coordinator because it's not working for you. And I think the Browns need to come to that realization. And then they're going to have to pump Stefanski's brakes after the season. Be like, bro, what you doing ain't working. Like, how do you have momentum? You score a touchdown, okay? You get the ball again, and instead of repeating the same formula that helped you go down the field to score the 7 points the first place, you start trying to throw bombs downfield and start trying to – you're not catching New England off guard, man. I don't know what he was thinking and what he was doing, but it wasn't working.
No. And you're right, and that was where I was getting at too. Like, the play calling duties either need to get taken away from him or he needs to chill. Like, I don't know how they do it, balance it or whatever, but – but like you said, having him calling the plays, it's just not working, especially when we're in clutch situations and it starts getting tight. Like that goal line play where they put the fullback in and it was like the fullback's running a wildcat or something like that. I'm like, what? Like what? You got a dude in Johnson that can just run the ball in. Just run the ball. Why are you being cute with it? And it got to come down to a clutch throw from Baker on third or fourth down. I can't remember. I think it was like fourth down to score. Like, it shouldn't even have came down to that. You should have ran the ball 3 straight times and scored. Like, you trying some trickery on the goal line. That's why I said, man, he just overthinks things, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then, like I said, we got Joe Woods on the other side of the ball who, we play aggressive, we play man coverage, and then you look what we did last week against Cincinnati, against a much more talented team, a much better quarterback, and we shut this dude down. But then we play a rookie quarterback who knows he's going to throw it to his running back 60, 70% of the time. But, I mean, it was our linebackers couldn't tackle. It was like Mac Wilson, Taki. Those dudes was playing like trash. I mean, even our safety, what's his name? Not Williamson. Is it Williamson? The one safety we got, I can't think of the one we got from Jacksonville. He couldn't tackle. The one who got the touchdown thrown on him the first drive against Hunter Henry. Like, come on, man. The whole defense just looked uninspired, looked tired. I don't know what it was, man. They just seemed like they were beat before the game even started, man. And that's preparation, man.
It's lesson learned. So you take the L, you move on. So let's segue over here to next week's game. So we're going to start off. We've been talking about Browns, so we're going to start off with the Browns preview for next week. So what are your thoughts for next week's game?
We lose. Like, I don't even know, man. Like, it's crazy, man. I have no clue, man. Like, I want to look at stats. I want to look at analytics. I mean, it's a home game. It's a Detroit team that still hasn't won a game. They couldn't freaking pull it out against Pittsburgh again on a field goal kick. So in all aspects, it looks like we should win this game. On paper, we should definitely win this game by a lot. I don't know if Baker's going to play or not. That's still up in the air. I'm pretty sure. I know we'll have Chubb back. I don't know if Hunt's going to be back or not. But
JLK's back, right?
JLK's back. And like I said, for all intents and purposes, we should win the game and we should win it handily. I don't see us lacking an area. But again, it's what defense shows up. Is the defense that came against Cincinnati that played against Pittsburgh going to show up, or is it going to be this one? So, man, I really don't know, man. I want to say that I'm confident that we're going to fall. We haven't lost back-to-back games, but that one time. So in that, like, we have a track record of never losing back-to-back games while Stefanski's coach. So in that way, we should definitely bounce back from that last week. We're at home. We should pull this game out.
What's your score?
I think we should. Man, I don't know. 24 to 17, 24-18, something like that. Somewhere, that we still give up some points. But I think the key is, again, don't turn the ball over, control the rock, run the ball. Just play your game, man, and it should be an easy win. Chubb and Johnson, if Hunt's not back, should run for 200 yards against these dudes. Like, their run defense is trash. Like, we should be able to run all over Detroit. Like, I don't understand. Like, we should throw the ball 10 times. Like if Keenum is the quarterback, we should have 10 passes and 50 times handing the ball off. That's what our game plan should be right there.
So to me, I'm going to tell you right now, Browns are not going to lose this game. You can't lose to Detroit. You just can't. You can't be the first team in the league to lose. You just can't. And you're going into your break after this game anyway. So
no, we got one more after that.
Oh, you got one more after that? What's the game?
We play Baltimore.
Oh, you got they running these guys 12 games in a row before their first break, man. That is,
and then, like I said, it
crazy.
Could be a trap game, man. We could be overlooking them and thinking.
Nah, you ain't gonna trust me. You ain't overlooking Detroit. So here's my keys to the game: run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Okay, I honestly think Detroit, you should blow Detroit off the field. I don't care. I don't care how Baker's feeling. I don't care if you're Stefanski's calling plays. You don't lose against Detroit, bro. You just don't. You don't be that first team this year to lose against Detroit. You don't want to be that team, bro. So you need to go out and you need to make a statement. You understand? When you're playing at home in front of the crowd, I honestly think this game is going to be a blowout. I really do. Detroit's defense is trash. Their offense is trash. The Browns, if JOK is back, Browns defense can actually show up in this game. They were embarrassed, so they're going to come out with a game plan. They're going to be hungry. They're going to attack the QB in this game. Just sit back and watch. It's gonna be fireworks. And if it's not fireworks and you lose to Detroit, bro, heads are gonna roll. Every airway, sports airway in Cleveland is gonna get lit up like it's on fire, bro. They're gonna be calling for heads to roll if they lose to Detroit. That's the one. Besides Baltimore and the Steelers, Cincinnati's not so much, but the Baltimores and the Steelers, you don't lose to Detroit, bro. You know that. That's like the Indians losing to the Tigers. Detroit and Cleveland don't have any love lost for each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, so I know.
I see this being a blowout, man. Honestly, I see this being like 35 to 10. 35 to 10 is the score I have. My keys of the game is run the ball. Run the ball, run the ball, keep running the ball. Limit turnovers in this game. That means put Baker in a position where he can actually throw the ball. And what's been working well for Baker has been those slant throws. You know what I mean? And actually those bomb plays that he's been the passes downfield, but you have to scheme it correctly, bro. If he's throwing in the double coverage, what's the point of that? I mean, at the same time, he has to know where he's throwing the ball and get rid of the ball, throw it away, throw the ball away if you can throw the ball away. Don't keep it in your hand and then get the wind knocked out of you like you did against New England, bro. So those are my keys of victory for the game. You have the score a lot lower. You think it's gonna be a lot closer.
Yeah.
So let's segue over to the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Giants are coming off a bye. Giants typically play well when they come off a bye. They don't typically get embarrassed. It's gonna be a Monday Night Football game, which is gonna be another game in the big light spotlight. Giants tend to play well. They don't typically get blown out in these games, except I remember a couple years ago when they played the Browns and they got booted off the field for the Browns. But they're playing Tampa. Tampa's coming off an ugly loss. That was an ugly loss Tampa had. For me, this game, I don't foresee this ending well for the Giants for this game. I think Brady has a disdain in his heart for the New York Giant franchise for beating them twice. He still hasn't forgotten that. He's still bitter about it. No matter how much stuff he talks about how he's close to the brother Manning, it doesn't matter. He still has a disdain every time he has to face the New York Giants because of those Super Bowl losses, especially the 18-0 season that they had. I think they're going to put up like 35 points in that game, and I think the Giants are probably going to only muster maybe 15, because Gano, that's their only weapon that they have right now. They just can't muster any offense. Their run game is non-existent. Saquon's supposedly might be ready for this game. Practice don't mean he's gonna play.
That's true.
So for me, the keys of this game is, especially with Tampa's defense, man, keys of this game is don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. Just eat clock. Eat as much clock as you can. Do what they did to get that victory against the Raiders. What they did is they ate up clock. Small plays that turn into 10 yards, 9 yards, 7 yards. Eat those chunks of yardage up. Get the clock. And if you got to kick a field goal, but make sure when they go down the field, they get a field goal in return and not a touchdown. Because once Tampa starts scoring touchdowns, it's a wrap. You're not going to be able to catch up with them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I tend to be a little bit more positive on the Giants sometimes than you are. Like, it's funny how that is, but I think, like I said, after the week before, like I said, even 2 weeks in a row, man, I think their defense is coming along. I think they're starting to gel. I think that bye week helps a lot to get some things together. You get 2 weeks to prepare for Brady, and then, like I said, they're coming off a loss against Washington, where again the playbook, the script is out there on Brady, man. You got to play coverage and you got to just rush four and just get pressure on them. If you can do that, if you can get pressure with your front four and play good coverage, then you can get them, you can beat them. And I think just like when they played Kansas City on Monday night, was it Monday night or Sunday night, whatever that primetime game was, they came to play, man. So and then that's what it seems like the Giants do when they're in these situations. They seem to play better to me. I haven't seen too much of a letdown, and I don't expect too much of a letdown. That the spread on this is 11. They're getting 11 points, so the Bucks are giving 11. If I'm a better, I'm telling y'all, man, take the Giants, man. Now I don't know if they'll beat them. I mean, I think it'll be a close game again, just like kind of how it fell in Kansas City. It may come up short, but 11-point spread. It's not gonna be an 11-point game. I don't see the Bucks beating them by 11. Yes, I agree with you, Brady. Brady's definitely gotten out for the Giants, but he also hasn't played well against them either. True. He might have it out for him. And it might be all different faces that he played against with New England, but they might have his number, man. And I think the Giants know what they need to do against him. So I'd see this game being a little bit closer. Again, they may fall short. Just the home field advantage. I'd say it's like a 3-point game. I say the Bucks win like 27, 28-25, something like that. Just a real close, Bucks come down the field. Brady does win his patented 2-minute drives, and they kick a field goal to win the game. So I just see it being like that.
So I like your optimism. Like I told you before when we talked last time, my optimism until they show me. I mean, they got a win against the Raiders. Good for them. They on the break. They need to show me more because if they don't win out the rest of these games, heads are gonna roll. People are gonna get fired, starting with Gettleman, and then you know what I mean. It goes on from there. They're not going to bring a lot of players back next. They need to revamp that entire offensive line. Right now, they're sitting at the 5th and 8th pick, I believe, in the draft. So hopefully they can finagle that and use it and turn it into actually more draft picks. Go down the lower rounds or get themselves a couple offensive linemen to protect Jones. I think that's where their first 2 picks need to go to, is actually to the offensive linemen. But we'll save that for draft time in April when it comes around. But
right.
All right, party shots. What do you have?
Man, I'm just, I'm wearing the same hoodie I wore after we took that L against Pittsburgh, man. I'm trying to get some good luck and hopefully it turns around. Like I said, I'm still positive that the season's not over. It's far from over. I mean, like I said, we got a team that's schizophrenic right now here in Cleveland, but I just think, we just need to put everything together, have a complete game. And it's just like, people just need to relax, man. I mean, I was frustrated. I was mad just like everybody else and disappointed, but I also was, I was rational. I look at the standings and you look at all the things that happened this week, man. It's still it's so crazy. The teams that are losing and falling this week, and anybody can beat anybody. I mean, every team could take an L. You know what I'm saying? And just like last night on Monday night, the way the Niners, nobody thought the Niners was going to roll the Rams like they did. So I mean, everybody just needs to cool off, have some calm heads, and see what happens. Now, again, if we lose, you're absolutely right. It's going to be some people getting fired. There's going to be definitely some moves happening, starting with Joe Woods. So you better hope that defense comes to play for him this week.
So party shots for me. This is the year of parity in the NFL. It can't get any more parity than this. You got most of the teams in the NFL right now are 500 teams. If you look up and down the conferences, it doesn't matter if it's the AFC or NFC. Most of the teams are 500 right now. Nobody's out of anything at the moment. Now, you have some dominant teams, but they're not really dominant. Green Bay's defense is shit. Their defense is not as good as everybody thinks that they are. Dallas, Dallas is going to Dallas. They're going to be 15-3 or 12-4, and they're going to end up getting smoked in the playoffs like they always do because they shrink when it comes under the big lights. So listen, don't be surprised if you have a dark horse that comes out of nowhere this year in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what your record is going into the playoffs. It matters what your momentum is going into the playoffs. If you're hot going into the playoffs or you have momentum, it's carry teams to the Super Bowl and wins. So let's pump the brakes on everybody. Let's chill out. Every team has an opportunity to still get into the playoffs. This is what we love football. This is exactly why we love football, because you never know what's going to happen from game to game. We're passionate fans. We want our teams to win, but at the end of the day, you love to see it because you know your team still has an opportunity to get in it, except for mine because my team season's done. But regardless, but you know what I mean. So, all right, folks, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will check you guys next week. I am Francisco.
I'm Chef Boy.
And we will see you next week. Take it easy.
Yep.